do not know these towns. I do not know where we're at. Down to 11 frames there. But we found the tavern. And then it crashes. Yippee! Alright. Dun-dun-dun! Yeah, crash monkey. Which is alright. That's the only crash of the night. Come on, load, load, load. Now, they did warn there would be bugs. Included one or two, maybe plot stoppers. Hope it's not this early. Yes, because I haven't eaten anything. It's like games on like a hardcore setting. Yeah, cause so in this you can only like you can't wait unless you sleep. You don't heal unless you eat or take a potion. Taking potions increases your arcane fever. So they changed some of the parameters. Riverville. Who we're looking for. Alfred.
Who are you?
Are you related to the guy that climbs up the mountains in Skyrim? The High Hrothgar?
Yarrow, this is about his death, isn't it? The rampage.
You heard about it? Yeah, you went nuts.
Of course, who hasn't? Yarrow was one of us, after all. It is terrible. Simply terrible. You want to hear an old man's opinion, though? I always expected that something like this would happen. Malphus, forgive me for talking about a keeper like that, but it's the truth.
All right, how'd you see this coming?
Hard to explain, really. Come on, let's find somewhere to sit. It'll be easier to talk that way.
Well, and even when, on that note about Bethesda, Fallout 4, when it came out, I kind of felt like, I'm like, oh, you left out basics. Because you know the modders will do it? I don't know. But who knows? And you're right, they do have to design stuff to work on basically what's their lowest common denominator of specs. Let's see. We got the, didn't we get that? More talking?
Come, let us sit down.
Oh.
Well,
We're gonna cozy up and tell a story.
Yarrow. That's quite a subject, you know. You were right when you said we were best friends. Our fathers knew each other. For as long as I can remember, Yarrow and I were getting into trouble together. At least, until his mother died.
Not of old age, I assume?
No. Bandits killed her in broad daylight on Penny Road. Today these incidents are common, but not back then. The road was considered safe. Very safe. She was on her way to Ark, accompanied by 3 other women, and they were set upon at the pass. None of them survived. Yarrow was shattered. I think the worst part was how his father went downhill after his wife's death. The fishery decayed, and the poor guy filled his days with boozing and sleeping. It changed Yarrow forever.
Alright, how did this change him?
Well, that's a good question. On the one hand, he became a man, despite his tender age. On the other hand, something inside him woke up, so to speak. A desire to make more of his life. Old Mother Jenica noticed it and took him under her wing. He learned how to read and
People
write.
are given their job by gods.
He knew all the holy verses by heart. When he didn't have to help his drunken father, he helped in the village as much as he could.
Alright, he transformed his grief into productivity. Sounds like a rather positive development.
Indeed, that's one way to look at it. It wasn't long before he was the jewel of the village, the striving young fisherman destined for great things, even though he was only on the path of a manufacturer. And then the inevitable happened. A keeper of the order came to Riverville to see the prodigy with his own eyes. And behold, in addition to Yarrow's ingenuity, he also had a slumbering magical talent. The keeper took him away, and a few months later, he started his novitiate. Since then, I've only seen him once or twice, as he rarely visited Riverville. I don't think he ever noticed how much that hurt me.
Let's see. This explains the job that he had.
If one of the manufacturers makes it to Sergeant of the Guard, it's reason enough for a bard song. He must have been the first novice in centuries who was not of the sublime path. So yes, it is uncommon. More than that.
I mean, I always suspected that something like this would happen.
Oh, it's hard to explain. I believe it was the way he was talking about his grand plans. How he wanted to make the world a better place, to become the greatest keeper since Lorem Waterblade. Underneath all this, there was an anger. An anger mixed with deep grief and disappointment. I don't think he was aware of it because he drew all his strength from that anger. The strength to do all this, to learn and to work day and night, but it frightened me, like the Blue Death. It slumbers inside the pathless mage who believes he can master magic without the Order's help. At first, it grants power, but then, one day, it bursts out in an unholy wave of destruction, turning him into one of the monsters in the old songs. Anyway,
Get on with it.
I'm just an old man. What do I know about these matters? Now let me go to sleep, my dame. All these memories are making me weary.
Thank you for your help.
Yes, of course.
Okay, we tell Jasper about Alfred's voice. Where's Jasper? We still have to go get the strong box? I thought... Oh, we didn't actually go there. So where... There's the road out of town. We need to go get the stuff out of the strong box. I thought we did that. I could be wrong. But I do want to keep a lookout. Oh, dropping frames there. Out for bandits and shit. Don't want to go in the old tunnels yet. Woo! Wrecked quick.
Oh,
Just
somebody's
another
dropping a
muffin machine gun, man. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, like I said, I'm gonna slowly install my must-have mods. But I would assume that they're running the patch, the unofficial patch and everything in here. But there is some stuff we're gonna start putting in. Wow, like that. Get this where we want it. Or even if it's compatible. Yeah, I wasn't sure on that one, Muffin. I was gonna have to check. No patch for Frostfall. I'm not sure I'd want to do a hypothermia mod on this one. Right, it was the diary. Saved. Where's he at? Just run this way, we'll get right to the entrance.